What's up, everybody? Jester here, and today I just feel compelled to talk to you guys for a couple of minutes because I'm going to use this as kind of my outlet. Because something happened in my town yesterday that should have been one of the best days of the year, and it's just not. And that is, there was a shooting at the parade/rally yesterday, just shortly after it concluded. I was actually live right up until the very end of the rally. And I decided to go ahead and shut it off because I didn't just want to show news stuff. And I think literally just a couple of minutes afterwards, I was still talking to a friend of mine in the chat, and I was like, something's happening. And so just barely missed even the possibility of broadcasting it. Not that I would have wanted to. But it all went down so fast. And apparently 23 people were shot. 9 of those being children under the age of 16. As young as, I think there was said 7 or 8 years old. One person lost their life. Local DJ that is well beloved in town. And it's hard today. I've been trying to quantify this all day long. And so when I came home from work, and I'd been talking with everybody at work all day about some things, and I come home and I start watching a few things, and I see Nick Wright from First Things First kind of go off on wanting a full, what he said is a light semi-automatic rifle ban. And I like Nick Wright a lot. He's from Kansas City. He's a devout Chiefs fan. And I guess sometimes it takes an event like this to hit real close to home. I mean, had I gone to the parade yesterday, it would have been, I'd have been a mile from this. So not really in a whole lot of danger, but still, that's pretty darn close to be to something that's national news. And I have to dispute the call for that, but I want to offer a better opinion. And I'm going to leave this up to you guys in the comments, because I think it's a serious time that we have a talk as a country, not as a state, not as a city, as a country. And we stop and think about how we're allowing people to get weapons and the situations those weapons are being put into. Because I'm going to be the first one to tell you that a gun has never really killed anybody. Somebody might make the argument that it's a 2-year-old that got their hands on it. And I can see that argument, but at the same time, it was still negligence. So not really. A gun doesn't ever just go off. It is shot at somebody with intent. And yesterday, apparently 2 kids under the age of 18, because the 2 people that are completely suspected in this are juveniles. And the last I heard, they were waiting to family court to say they could be tried as adults before they are charged. So this is still fluid, basically. It's still a breaking story. This wasn't the intent that you've seen in the past with shootings that turned out to be mass-type shootings. This appears to be an argument that nobody can fist fight anymore. They start pulling guns. And in the coverage, I actually heard what sounded like fireworks, because it was very in the background in the footage. And I thought to myself as it was going off, I'm like, there's no way that's a semi-auto. And then it kind of hit me that that's probably 2 people shooting each other with absolutely no experience shooting the weapon they have in their hand, not knowing how to handle it. And so I think the bigger question here is, how did that happen? How did that happen? Because, like I said, guns don't kill people. People kill people. And neither one of them managed to hit their target, apparently, which speaks to the fact they didn't know what they were doing with the weapon. 23 other people paid some kind of price, and 1 paid the ultimate price. So I think the bigger question is, how do they have access to these guns? And I'm going to be very interested to see how this comes up, because I think America as a whole needs to get in a place where we're looking a little bit deeper into how these kind of guns, or just guns in general, it doesn't even matter the type of weapon, I mean, I was raised shooting guns. I had access to guns. I went hunting. My father was an outdoorsman. He was an avid target shooter. I was taught about guns, and there were guns in the house. And not once did it ever occur to anybody in the house to go do something remotely like this, or a school shooting, or any of that kind of nonsense. But I can draw back on that and know that I was taught to respect these things and what they could do. And I think people shouldn't be getting even a pistol at this point if they're not the type of person that can teach the people of their household what this thing is, what it can do, and what it means. And I think people need to make sure that these things are on high security. You don't leave them laying around for people to grab or children to shoot themselves or someone else with. And I'm down to listen to that kind of legislation. I'm okay with that. There's too many I'll make you famous kind of. I wanted to say a really bad word there, but I'm not going to. And there's not enough teaching. There's not enough education. And you know, the thing is, if they were to come and take all the ARs, I would fight that tooth and nail, because if some nonsense like this happened at my house, I want that rifle in my house. I want to know I can stop somebody from hurting me or my family or people I love that may be here, period. And I feel like as an American, I have that right to defend what's mine. So there's got to be some kind of middle here. I'm not sure exactly what it is. I'm probably coming off like a total jerk right now. I don't know. But I think it's high freaking time we work together as a country. Enough of this damn divisiveness. I'm sorry. Somebody said that earlier, and I don't know why I said it. But we're so divided as a country right now from all the political hoopla bullcrap. If we can just come together, a lot of that would go away. A big portion of that would go away. There'd still be other issues. There always is. But gun violence, I don't care if you vote red, you vote blue, you vote independent, you vote 10th party. I don't care. If we can all come together and figure out what's going to be best for the next generation of Americans and how we can handle this and the type of situations that guns are allowed to be into, then now we got some talking points. And there is always room in the middle, left or right. There's room in the middle to have these conversations. I'm just absolutely heartbroken for my town today. I'm absolutely just in shock, and I feel so horribly for anybody that was not only physically affected, but the mental things, people that saw things that they shouldn't have to see. And I hope those people get the resources they need to make it better. Like I said, guys, let me know in the comments. Let me know if it's time. It's all fun and games to sit around and play video games, but I feel like sometimes I've got to step out of that and just be a human being. And it's sad that it kind of took me until something happens locally for that to happen. But here we are. Till next time, guys. See you soon. Bye.